rappers. If I send the dressers, they gon' come and stretch.
What it is, it's your boys Deuce, Teddy, and LaQuill reporting with the facts, the opinions, and the BS straight from the top of the key. What's good?
Was cracking lacking.
Hey, kind of like deja vu, huh? Y'all never know.
Let's get it, man. Let's get into it.
So these Memphis Grizzlies dealing with the worst case of man versus self. Man versus self. One of the toughest battles that you can experience as a human being. And they have succumbed to that battle. First, you got Steven Adams out, injury. Say he's supposed to be coming back with a matter of days. I've read that report a few times, so the world may never know when he comes back. Why is that important? He is, quote unquote, the defensive anchor, or one of the defensive anchors, the rebounder, the lead rebounder team. He had 11 plus rebounds. He was averaging 11 or more rebounds a game. He's been out for a while. Some of the games they lost because they lost the battle of the rebounds. Now you got Brandon Clark go out with an Achilles injury. Towards Achilles. So you know he out minimum 10 to 11 months. So he's done. Now you got the Dylan Brooks issue. Dylan Brooks gets his 16 technical. He's not able to play in some great basketball tonight. I say you let your team down because you don't know when to shut up. And why is that a problem? Because that continues for the rest of the season. So for every other tech you get after this, there's another suspension. And I believe they expand the suspension to more than one game at a certain point. I can look it up and clarify, but I believe they do. And then it continues into the postseason where every game counts. You're going to go into these games with a lot of teams that don't like you and you don't like. You can't stand their guts. They can't stand your guts, which gives you more of a reason to bump your gums, which is going to lead to you getting kicked out again, costing your team another victory. You need to put your team first over your ego or whatever persona you're trying to maintain. Everybody needs an enforcer. True enough, I support that. But you would no enforcer if you're not on that court.
Yeah. I feel like the entire Memphis Grizzlies franchise in itself this year has signed themselves to the NBA Devils.
Yep.
Pretty much. They got so much going on over there. Like, started off number one in the West, and now it's just they still gonna limp their way into the playoffs. But how long they gonna be in there? Don't nobody know.
You are unreasonably limping your way into the playoffs. Steven Adams, you can't control. Brandon Clark, one of the unfortunate things that are about the game. But Dylan Brooks, you can't control. And then on to the next piece. The heavy hitter, the Ja Morant. That right there is shame on you. I don't care what you type up. I apologize. I don't care about any of that. Your dad taught you right from wrong, Ja. He taught you right from wrong. You out here playing with guns. Why? Because everybody say you're not about that life and you trying to prove to people. To me, you look like a goofy in that video. I'm being 100 with you. Oh, you got me turned. You look like a goofy, bro. Look, enjoy life with your shirt off and your VIP. I've been there before. I ain't never played with no gun. I know a lot of people got shot by that, got killed by that sitting there playing with guns. That's a goofy move, bro. But I feel like you doing it to prove a point to everybody that say you're not about that life. And it ain't even just about this, Ja. This is my message to you, Ja. This is not even about that one incident. It's about all the bumping of the gums on the court. We can tolerate that, right? But then you put a target on your team back, and that's cool. That's all on the court stuff. We can accept that. But once you get into your entourage pulling up on people behind pulling up on the team bus, allegedly with guns and all this other stuff, that's strike one. You tripping. You lucky Gilbert Arenas wasn't in your damn locker room or on that damn bus. Gilbert Arenas would have treated your ass like it's the Wild Wild West. Strike two. You get into this altercation allegedly with this 17-year-old. And I understand you're not too far away from 17 yourself. I understand. You know what I'm saying? I come from the streets. Look, I understand. But your wrong move is when you allegedly left and came back. That's your wrong move because you trying to prove yourself to people you don't. You need to prove you're one of the best point guards in this league. That's what you need to prove. You need to prove you're one of the most athletic players the world has ever seen. You need to prove that you're worthy of a championship. That's what you need to prove. You don't need to prove that you a hitter or that you got hitters or that you really with it. You don't need to prove any of that. You're a millionaire. You got a promising future. Sit your dumb ass down and accept that. If you got people around you who you need to prove to them that you really like that, you don't need to be around them. You didn't get raised to try to get back in there. Your dad ain't out there at every game. Your sister ain't looking up to you, you know what I'm saying, aspiring to be something like that, make it to the next level, just for you to go back and be like, I'm really, you not. And it's fine. You don't have, we got to change the nature of the culture. We don't have to make it out and prove that we still in it. So that's strike 2. Strike 3 is you and this gun. You setting a horrible example for the youth because your focus is wrong. So you stepping away for the game, I applaud you, but I say it's a tad bit too late because you done already got 3 strikes. So now it started off as you been away for 2 games, the first game today. Now it's indefinite because if you think about it, really you don't know. If you talking about the mental health and your security, it really seem like you talking about your safety and security because you didn't got into all this other stuff. And you might feel like somebody after you, so you feel like you gotta have protection and all the other stuff. That's cool. But if that's where you are, you got a slight paranoia or whatever, it's gonna take you more than 2 games to get rid of that. So now it's indefinite. But you know, just like I know, the league on your ass. Your team, they're going to hold you accountable. So what does that really look like? So hopefully the investigations sum up sooner rather than later. So whatever the penalty is, they implement the penalty and you get it taken care of before the playoffs. But I don't really see the league taking this lightly because, like I said, you got 3 strikes and they have to investigate it. You got the entourage issue, them your peoples. You got the kid issue where you brought a gun and now they see you playing with guns in strike 3. They got to do something about that. That's not what we want to have in this league. They didn't hammer down on people fighting in the league. You know what I'm saying? You know, you catch a fight all the time. Oh, snap, they out there, J.R. Smith getting it. They didn't hammer down on them just to have kids out here playing with guns. And if they don't take this seriously, take it lightly, next thing you know, we get the Gilbert Arenas on a whole different effect. You got Tech Nines and everything in the locker room. Somebody mad, now they shooting that thing up. So yeah, I think they got to set an example with you, Ja Morant, and it's unfortunate that it's you because you was on your way.
It's all damage control now. At this point, what he trying to do?
It's too late.
It's too late.
And you know, in this day and age, if you ain't seen, you ain't nobody. So of course, what dummies do? Dummies got to do the dumb shit and post it. Well, you got to have damage control within your group. Somebody be like, hey, take that video down. Delete that right now. You got to have damage control in your group when you a dummy. And Ja Morant, you was a dummy on that one.
It's a series of unfortunate events for everybody involved. And more so, it's a series of unfortunate events for us, the fans.
Yeah.
Because now we, as Memphis Grizzlies fans, we as Ja Morant fans, me as Warrior hater, wanting to see this type of war, want to see this type of rivalry, it's like it's gone. It's nothing. The entire team is, with the exception of Steven Adams and B. Clark, injuries is part of the game, but with Brooks and Ja Morant self-sabotaging the entire franchise, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 starters, people that's just half of them they self-sabotage. It's like you just throwing the entire franchise season away, and it's a shame because y'all number 2 in a stacked West, and it's not fair for us as the fans. We don't get to see this, so
all
now
I
can say.
go ahead. No, you got it.
I mean, all I can say is praying for Ja. He get the help that he need, get the
And the
situation,
guidance.
that he need, because all of that off court BS, I want to see you on the court. You one of the most electrifying players in the game, and I, as a fan, want to see you on the court doing what you do. So, praying for everybody involved, all that stuff, get situated, and hopefully they can bounce back.
Yeah. Hey,
And make it better.
resiliency is the thing. Be the tennis ball, not the egg. Don't be Humpty Dumpty, player. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's the Grizzly saga. I don't know. I think y'all took some plays from the damn Hornets. The Hornets was fucking up in the off season. Y'all chose to fuck up right before the postseason. Hey, y'all missed that lesson from the Hornets. But hey, y'all get it together. Get it together because
It's something like this. These young cats is what
it's
it
these
is.
hey,
It's
they
these
ain't got no
generation
damn.
is different,
They don't
man.
have no
Like,
damn common sense. Look, they
back
all
in the
came up.
day, they was fighting on the court.
Look, they
These
came
dudes
up.
is doing
They
stuff
out here really
different.
living. They out here really living Grand Theft Auto and don't understand that life is not like Grand Theft Auto.
You
They
don't get a
think
redo.
they think you do things and there's no consequences behind it. All you do is put in this cheat code and you respawn. Nah, that's not how life is.
Hey man, I read a meme time about Ja Morant gonna be the first one to make it out the NBA.
He is.
He told everybody trying to make it to the NBA. He gonna be the first one to make it out.
Look. If David Stern was still commissioner, Ja would be out. You seen what they did to Allen? They was on Allen Iverson because he wouldn't dress up. He wouldn't wear suits. You talking
That
about
boy get in trouble for cornrows and diamond chains and stuff.
right?
Now
You talking about
he
alleged
talking
gang
about
members beating up on minors and brandishing a gun? David Stern was like, nah, he out. If you made it that far. Gilbert Arenas was out. He gun in. You got yours. Gilbert Arenas. That they don't have footage. They didn't post footage of that. That was word of mouth. Gilbert Arenas out the league. Come on now. Come on now. Go and get it. Go and get us to the next topic. That's enough. He ain't getting no more out of me. I'm disappointed in you, Ja.
Yeah, man. Sad. All right. League's hottest team finally done. And I told you so. I hate how my brothers Deuce and LaQuell tried to downplay them 76ers. Like, y'all just brush right over them. Like, they gonna lose to the Warriors or the Kings or something. Y'all just brush right over them. Like, Embiid has been an MVP candidate for the last 3-4 years straight. James Harden is an MVP, is a scoring champion, is that guy. And then my favorite player on the team, who I've been talking about since day one, making his mark as a pure, talented scorer, even with James Harden on the court. Maxey, putting that ball in the hoop. That is a kid, babyface assassin that's scoring the ball. Now, he's not a complete player there. He still got a lot of polishing to do. But when it comes to putting that ball in the hoop, the guy is doing it. He's showing the team that he's number 3 and putting up points. And them guys got down and dirty and grit and came from behind and ended that streak.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I was watching that game, and that game got so out of control. I turned the game off, and I'm talking about I was watching the fourth quarter. I was like, man, this game is out of control. And man, when I tell you,
but you know more than anybody, you got to play all 48 minutes. You said that in the first 10 episodes of Top of the Key podcast. Y'all can go back and check it. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Bill talks about it. He's literally gave us a 6-minute assertion of just straight up saying you got to play all 48 minutes in the game. You have to play the entire game. Y'all got to put some respect on these players, man, because especially when you got a streak like that going, everybody's going to give you their best to try to be the team to knock it out. And the 76ers, they not no scrubs, man. They got a decent record. They ain't like they 15 games behind the Bucks and 10 games behind the Celtics. They up there. They is up there, 40 plus win team, and it's only 4 of them in the league. I think 5. Them being one of them. Them, the Nuggets, Celtics, and the Bucks. That's 4. I know they got 40+ wins already. Like, come on, man. Come
But
on,
look,
man.
my take on that is, you right. When that happened, I said Teddy called it. Teddy called it. He believed in the 76ers. When you look at that game, honestly, that game come down to free throws. Because they both made, the 76ers made 18 to 37 from the three. That's 48, almost 49%. The Bucks, excuse me, made 17 to 34.
Nah,
Shot
it wasn't really the
50%.
free throws. It was
Hold on,
the
hold on.
turnovers.
Hold on. No. The Bucks shot that much, right? But like you say, the Bucks had 13 turnovers. 76ers only had 5. That's true enough. But if you look at the free throws, there's about a 10 free throw difference. They were 25 for 28. That's the Bucks. 25 for 28, shooting 89% from the free throw. The Bucks, that's the Bucks. My bad, that's the Bucks. The 76ers were 31 for 37. 31 for 37 from the free throw line. So they made 6 more free throws, took 9 more free throws. The game was only 3. The 76ers just took a tough loss where they only scored a $126 and the Mavericks scored a $133. So the 76ers was hot before that, and they said, what better team to douse that fire than us? And they went and scored a $133 like the Mavs did to them, and they secured the win. So, hey, way to play 48 minutes. And the Bucks, y'all let it down, but guess what? Now you take that pressure off your shoulder. Y'all witnessed y'all first loss, and now y'all got to decide what y'all gonna do after that loss. Now y'all get to decide what you're gonna do. So you have an MVP candidate versus an MVP candidate. But Teddy, you called it. My hat goes to you, player.
I just say we gotta respect these MVP candidates / previous MVP / rising star that the 76ers have. I agree with y'all when we say that the 76ers isn't quite a championship team, but anything's possible. As Kevin Garnett said, like anything's possible. Like these 76ers is not finna lay down and just wash away just because all the spotlight is on the Celtics, all the spotlight is on the Bucks, all the spotlight is on Jokic and the MVP. And B is playing ball. And as of late, the guys have been pretty decently healthy. And that's saying a lot from James Harden, who's been kind of like this as far as health-wise over the last 3-4 years. Could be a lot of mental issues going on too with some of that stuff, but he ain't been the healthiest since he left the Rockets. So with him being healthy, playing good, Maxey scoring, and Embiid not getting hurt, and we all know big 7-footers are bound to get hurt. And that boy is staying pretty healthy, falling on the ground, getting up, making stuff happen, hitting full court shots, all kind of stuff. Like, hey, I like these 76ers right now, and I'm happy for them. As long as Maxey keeps doing his thing, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. So we don't know I can't wait to see these playoffs, man. I can't wait to see. I'm gonna be saying I told you so a lot when it comes to these 76ers. I'm rocking with them. I'm rocking with the Philly boys.
So, at least somebody is.
Hey. Like I said, I'm gonna be hitting you with the I told you so a lot this postseason when it comes to them boys. So as we know that was on Friday, the Bucks did win and responded against the Wizards today. So I think it's more so on the 76ers than the Bucks as far as all of that situation going. The Bucks came back and won, so we know ain't nothing wrong with the Bucks. They just let it go at the end. 76ers
They foot off the gas.
Yep. So shout out to the 76ers. Shout out to the Bucks. Two of the better teams in basketballs made for good basketball. But that ain't even the hottest. Well, that was probably the hottest game this weekend. But A lot more other games over here we got to recap.
Those must-watch games. Let's get started talking about it. First up, we got early noon game. The Suns versus the Mavericks. Kyrie KD reunion. Let's talk about it. So the Suns, first off foremost, the Suns 130 to the Mavs 126. So it wasn't a blowout game. Both teams had an ability to make it. Let me go ahead and display greatness so you all can see it. Let me there we go. Make it a little bit clearer. So you see Durant came out, played 40 minutes. Minute restriction is not a thing on his agenda. You see, he got 37 points, 7 rebounds. You see Ayton, 9 points, 16 rebounds. Chris Paul did a little something, 11 points, 6 and 7. Devin Booker, 36 with 10 assists. Then you get a little bit from cash from their bench. Now let's go on and look at the Mavs. So with the Mavs, you got Reggie Bullock started off hot. Then he fizzed out. Can't get too much out of Powell. Kyrie 37, 4 and 7. 34, 9 and 4 from Luka. And then you get 21 from Tim Hardaway, 17 from Christian Woods. But ultimately, you look at the rebound battle, 31 from the Mavs. You got 41. So that 10 rebound difference costs you the game. You got 20 to 25 from the free throw. The Mavs got 35 for 38. That's what got y'all back in the games. Y'all getting smacked at one point. 15 for 38 from the 3. And then 12 for 37. So y'all shot pretty decent from the 3, but you know you lose that game with them rebounds. So y'all got to make sure y'all securing their rebounds.
The Mavericks have never been a good rebounder team. We all know that. And it's crazy because this stat line that we got right here, if the Mavericks play that stat line against most NBA teams, it would have got us a win.
Yeah.
So it's actually kind of scary as a Mavericks fan. It's like we are a very, very fast-paced team, and then we fizzle out in the second half. So for us to actually not even start off as hot and try to come back is the only promising, optimistic thing I could get out of this. But it's like, this is a very, very decent stat line because we got production from our two side players with Tim Hardaway and Christian Woods when we need production out of. We shot excellent from the free throw line, and we are a terrible free throw shooting team. So for us to shoot over 92% from the free throw line that's not going to happen every game. And then the three-pointer, we're shooting almost 40% from the three-point line. Like I say, it's a very, 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 very nice stat line. So for us to actually lose that game, it causes for a concern going into the postseason.
Well, remember what I told you when y'all won that one game. I said, look at what it took for y'all to win. Then you get one of these nights, Luka 1 for 9. What did I say? I highlighted the 3-point shots. Kyrie 3 for 8. Remember, he was 6 for 8 last game. Luka was 4 for 8. I mean, all of them shot over 50% from the 3. Then Bullock 2 for 8. I told you, when you see that, y'all literally had everything in y'all corner for y'all to get that win. You're not going to get it. So I know you see the light, but you also got to see that y'all have a lot of room for improvement. Y'all need to figure out some way. You can't play Powell for 24 minutes. He give you 4 rebounds, 4 points. You need to get more out of him or find somebody else that can get you more. Because the least he could have done was rebound the damn ball. The least he could have done. I could take your 4 points. I could take 0 points from you, Powell, if you give me 8 to 9 rebounds. 8 to 10 rebounds.
It's like you big for no reason. It's frustrating. It's extremely frustrating because we see the kinks in the armor, and it's kind of like, all right, this is the time of year where all of that stuff need to be polishing up. Like all this stuff that you've been practicing in the gym, it's not coming to fruition out on the court. Y'all not doing what y'all been practicing, what y'all should be practicing. It's like, I need productivity, and we ain't
Yeah.
getting the right productivity at the right time. Like
I
all of this
mean,
stuff, it's almost like a stat pattern type thing. Like it don't mean nothing. None of this means nothing. None of these stat lines mean nothing if you don't get the dub.
it don't. It
It
don't.
don't mean nothing.
Y'all need to figure out something. Christian Woods, JaVale McGee, you got bodies. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We're
y'all
not
don't
playing them.
play Morris that much. Why'd you get him? Like, you gotta find Jason Kidd, you gotta find a better way to use the players that you have. You have to find a better way to use the players that you have. Because I remember talking to you on the phone, I was telling you Reggie Bullock was doing that. So to see he went 2 for 8 from the 3, he capped out at 10. He fizzed out. And I said, y'all do that a lot. When y'all start off high, you fizz out. So luckily, Tim Hardaway didn't fizz out. Christian Woods didn't fizz out. But Christian Woods only 3 rebounds. Your leading rebounder is Luka. And then your next leading rebounder is 4 from Kyrie, 4 from Powell. Y'all got to do better than that. Y'all got to do better than that. So
our guards should not be out rebounding the mess out of our bigs.
especially
like
when you ain't doing nothing. And then Aiden got 16. So not only did you just get 4, but he got 4 times as many as you did. So
he was ineffective on the offensive side. So it's like he doing what he could do.
exactly.
Rebounding the ball. That's what we need to be doing. Powell, you need to take notes. If you ain't gonna score the ball, which we don't really need you to score because you're not gonna get many touches anyway.
Yeah.
You gotta get some rebounds. You gotta get some blocks.
Yeah.
Like you big. Like if they're not gonna do it, give McGee out there to do it.
Yep.
Like Christian, you ain't gotta be out on the wing. I'm gonna get down low and do some stuff. Like this is just it's frustrating. And this is one of the most frustrating losses ever to see stats like this and to still lose.
I mean, when you used to, we've been saying for a while the Mavericks has the Suns number, but it ain't that way anymore. It ain't that way anymore. But that's enough harping on that game. Let's move on to the next game. Trying to make sure I get the screen the right size. So my boys, Warriors down 113-105. Now we talked about it. I alluded to, I think I stated it. Steph Curry coming back was going to hinder our success from what we've been doing. Not only that, but we's also on the road. I thought we actually had it. But when Steph Curry comes back, you get a lot of people sitting around just looking and not doing anything. Kuminga, this one of the most mediocre games he done had. We got Iggy back. Why the hell did we bring him? He played 14 minutes and got 2 assists in the block. No points, no rebounds. Like, come on. JaMychal Green play him limited minutes. I would have played him more than I'd have played Iggy, as he gave you the same amount of blocks. It got you a bucket. Anthony Lamb I think this is his last game. We need to go ahead and let him go, to be honest. But then you got Jordan Poole, 3 for 11. Like, come on, Jordan Poole. Like, you got your ass knocked out over that money. Make that damn check make sense, bro. 10 points? Come on, dude. You've been on fire. So, you know what I'm saying? You
like
got
it ain't no tomorrow. Brick.
Draymond Green, 15 points. Looney, 5 rebounds. What's up, Looney? What's up? Now you get to this end. That boy had a ball, 39, 8, and 6 with 2 blocks. 10, 13, 4 assists, 1 steal. 14, 8, and 2. 11 and 6 assists. Like 12 and 3. Like they came out. They came out to handle business, and that they did. But we on the road. We one of the best teams in the league at home, and one of the worst teams. Like, we like Cinderella. By day this and by night that. That's what we are. So we got to find a way to make it make sense. We got to find a way to make it make sense. 18 for 52. We're not even playing ball anymore. We just throwing the damn ball up. Like, come on. Steph Curry come back, they give all y'all the green light to shoot every damn 3. Like, points in the paint. That's how we came back and beat the Trailblazers. Like, come on, y'all. Come on. Steph Curry 13, Klay Thompson 10. Come on, y'all. 8 for 20. 8 for 18. Come on, y'all. So this has been the Warriors all year. I'm not surprised So enough said about that. I know you want to laugh at it, but I mean, we still in the fifth seed. I gotta go back and look. I'm pretty sure we still in the fifth seed. We over y'all. I know that much because y'all lost and we lost. So I mean, I'm cool. Let me see. I'm looking at it right. Yeah, we still in the fifth seed, so not too worried about it. And actually, y'all dropped into the play-in. We got the Timberwolves over y'all right now by half a game, so ain't too worried about it. We go ahead and get to the next game.
Steph gonna be y'all downfall.
Nah, he not. Nah, he not. He first game back. I mean, he's decent. It's just they got to remember to play ball, and Steve Kerr ain't the one to help them remember.
They got fans. Steph's biggest fans are his teammates.
Sure. Do that.
That's his biggest fan.
Do that.
He gonna be a downfall because y'all gonna have y'all front row seats watching that man ball.
Get out there and get. All right, so now we got the Knicks versus Celtics. You said this was the game, and it went to double, almost a triple overtime.
Somebody give me my flowers while I'm still here.
Hey, you did your thing. You finally educating yourself. You finally making those calls. So let's go through Julius Randle, 31, 9, 4, 1 steal, 13 and 14 from Mitchell Robinson. RJ Barrett, 29 and 11 with a steal, a block, 3 assists, 38, 8 and 7 career numbers from that boy Emmanuel Quickly. Quentin Grimes ain't do much of nothing. And then you kind of go to their bench.
This game right here, this game was definitely.
Hold on, give me a second. On the Celtics, 40 and 11 with 6 assists from JT, 20, 14, 6 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks from Al Horford, 13, 3, 4, 1 steal from Marcus Smart, Derek White, 12, 6, 4, and 1, 29, 8, 1, and 4, 1 block from Jaylen Brown, then the bench, 9, 6, and 3, 1 block from Williams, Muscala, 3 and 3. All right, now you said this game is what?
This game was strictly played on heart, will, and determination from the Knicks, like I knew it was. I feel as though the Knicks right now, where they at right now, unfortunately, Brunson got messed up, but the Knicks is playing to try to prove a point.
Yeah.
More than
the points you should be
else.
Focused on.
Yeah. Trying to prove a point more than any other team in the NBA. So with the with the Bucks going down, they got the longest win streak, I think, in the NBA.
They do. Because the next up was the Warriors.
So the Knicks right now, the way that the Knicks is playing collectively as a unit, I think it's hard for them. It's hard for them to lose right now, like because of just what's going on in here in the heart. You know, them boys up here is straight balling and playing with a chip on their shoulder. Everything about this game was neck and neck, even from like rebounds and 3-point percentage and all of that stuff. It's like everything is pretty much close from fouls and all of that stuff. And we all know the Celtics got way more talent than the New York Knicks. The Celtics best player is way better than the Knicks best player. Like the way that I knew the Knicks was gonna show up, I said, man, I already knew it. I said the Knicks is gonna go in there with a chip on their shoulder. Like this is a playoff game. I knew it was gonna happen like that. And I ain't see it going into double overtime, but I knew they was gonna pull it out. And what these guys did, you know, it also makes you want to question, like, these Celtics.
That's what I was thinking. Like
these Celtics.
Hats off to the Knicks, but the Celtics.
Yeah.
Not only did you lose to the Knicks, it's the Knicks, but you also lost to the Knicks without arguably their best. They won or two. The first and second best player on their team, they didn't have. And y'all had all y'all key pieces other than Robert Williams. Okay? Y'all lost to that team. It does make you think a bit.
Makes you scratch your head, like
because the Celtics, like I said, I've said it multiple times. Y'all lost to the Orlando Magic 3 times this year, 2 times in a row, like literally back to back. You played them, and the next game was done.
It's y'all ain't got it. They missing something in her. Somebody took something up out of their chest, man. Y'all got the skills, y'all got the personnel, and y'all got the skills, but what's in here? Y'all ain't got that dog in y'all. What's going on? It makes it hard for me to want to put my money on you. It makes it hard.
Yeah, y'all shouldn't look. I know.
Yeah, other teams is playing with more heart, and I'm talking in the East. The 76ers and the Knicks.
I don't think that's what they're used to. They get that effect that the Warriors have had. The Warriors have had, even when they were down and out, people still went at the Warriors because everybody knew I beat the Warriors. I could talk my talk. They get that now because they've been the best team in the league this entire season. They made it to the finals. They were the second best team last year because they lost the finals. You could argue that they were the best team last year up until the finals, right? So they're getting the team's best shots night in and night out.
They did flip KD in the Knicks.
They did. That's what I'm saying. So the Celtics got to get used to it.
Where that dog at? Where is that dog in you, JT? You from St. Louis, bro. I know you got that dog in you, bro.
They don't have it. Like they
gotta have that dog in you.
You got to get back to playing defense. You can't have JB being one of the best two-way players in the league. You got Defensive Player of the Year. He's out there as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't lean on, we don't got Malcolm Brogdon. Y'all didn't have him last year. So y'all have to get back to playing defense because y'all let Emmanuel quickly put up career numbers on y'all. Ain't nothing you can say about that. Nothing you can say about that.
I love it. I love it. I want to see these underdogs come up out there East. Let them know.
All right, real quick. The last recap for the game that's actually going on, the Grizzlies versus the Clippers. I say I was hurt to find out Brandon Clark, unfortunate. You know, hope you a full and speedy recovery. He not playing. Steven Adams still not playing. No Dillon Brooks and no Ja Morant. I'm like, damn. Now you see that they up 89 to 91 to 84, so they can still pull it off. But this goes to talk about the resiliency of the Grizzlies, because the Grizzlies know how to play without Ja Morant. We saw that last year. But also goes
they played good without him.
Yeah, but it also goes and you know they know how to play without Dillon Brooks too. But it also goes to speak to the issues the Clippers have been experiencing since Westbrook got there. They started off, had that one game, you know, that was blown. They went to the double overtime, and then they just been losing.
Sporadic. He's just so sporadic and
You can't get anything out of them as far as a win. So right now, the Clippers are on the 8th spot. They're on a 5-game losing streak. So they got to figure it out. There's no way with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, Zubac, Mason Plumlee, like you got all your key players. I mean, you ain't got Norman Powell, but still, you got all them key players like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Russell Westbrook, and they don't have Dillon Brooks, Ja Morant, Steven Adams, Brandon Clark, and y'all losing. Like, man, Tyronn Lue.
And you want us to be scared of that?
Yeah.
You want us to be scared of that come playoff because we already beat them in the playoffs. We already beat them.
Yeah, man, look.
Ain't nobody scared of that. Ain't nobody scared of that mess.
On me. But I can't wait till next time. You already know. Keep your eye on this game. I think the Clippers are gonna pull it through. I have faith in them. They're gonna end that losing streak and go ahead and get them a dub. They need that. They deserve that. But the only way you can get it is to do that. But you know, it's been real with the facts, the opinions, and BX. Hope y'all appreciate what y'all got from Deuce, Teddy, and LaQuell. Y'all know what it is. It's top of the key. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, get at us. Until next time, much love. Player.
Shout out to the Mavs.
Shout out to the haters.
You talk ready? Hope you patch shit up with God, cause we gon' bless you. Let it burn, you gon' get it bad. These just my confession. They in traffic, can't get picked off like no shit and duck. Keep one in the tug. Wife be mad, but bet she still gon' fuck. Don't speak